Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the recap of EPW's Road to Glory 2015. It's the final stop on the road to ReAwakening before the biggest show of them all. Massive repercussions went down at this show, and it all started off with the Prince of Perth Jay Taylor up against the 2015 Rising Star Cup winner, the protege of Shane Haste, Logan Gray. And with a little move he likes to call the Rising Star Press, Logan Gray got the victory. Next up, it was time for another one of EPW's rookies, Liam Mendel, to have a match against the newest member of the Solution, AZ Vergara. Now, before the match even got underway, all the members of the Solution surrounded the ring and were about to attack Liam Mendel. But luckily for Liam, Chris Weiss, the Smashing Machine, and Mr. AK-47, Alex Kingston, came to his aid and sent the Solution running. And then after that, Chris Weiss and Kingston, they offered the Solution out to a matchup at ReAwakening 14. Liam Mendel, Alex Kingston, and Chris Weiss up against any three members of the Solution. Then it was time for a semi-final matchup in the 2015 Invitational Tournament, where, if you didn't know, last month, unfortunately Husey shattered his collarbone and could no longer continue in the Invitational Tournament, so his replacement was Dan Steele. But unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond our control, his opponent Adam Banks actually re-injured his previously injured knee. Dan Steele was about to get a free ticket straight into the finals of the Invitational Tournament, but Tyler Jacobs was having no part of that. He said if you want a shot in the final for the Invitational Tournament, you gotta go past Tyler Jacobs. So there you have it, Dan Steele got the win, and he will continue into the final of the Invitational Tournament 2015 at ReAwakening 14. It was then time for the Explosive Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships to be on the line, where the challengers Cowboys and Indians were up against the McKenzie brothers. Now, early on in this matchup, the Outlaw Billy Williams actually injured his knee, and the match was all for the taking for the McKenzies. And just when it was time for them to get the victory, Byron McKenzie attacked his brother Bodie and cost them the matchup. Cowboys and Indians yet again dodged a bullet and retained the EPW Tag Team titles. As for Bodie and Byron, the McKenzie brothers, stay tuned to EPWPerth.com for more details regarding the McKenzies and the Tag Team titles. Then it was time for a man from South Australia, from Adelaide exactly, the big man on campus, Dean Valente, made his debut in Explosive Pro Wrestling up against Alex Kingston. The top rope came Mr. AK-47. Kingston got the win over Dean Valente. We then had the first ever Slaterade challenge, where the EPW champion Damien Slater came down to the ring, issued an open challenge to anyone who's never won the EPW championship before, and let them have a shot at the champion. The person who answered the call was Taylor King, and Slater demanded him lay down and let Slater win the matchup. Taylor King didn't want to do that, but unfortunately for him, Damien Slater made short work of the matchup. Slater, though, he was not done. He was claiming to be a fighting champion. He issued another challenge to anyone out the back, and unexpected to most of us, Alison Cruz answered the challenge, and well, she put up a bit of a fight to the champion. Unfortunately, in the end, The rookie Olsen crews couldn't quite get the job done against the EPW champion Damien Slater, and once again issued another challenge to anyone from the back, and we haven't seen him in a while. Lord Jonathan Wimbledon answered the call. As the match went on, the confidence and arrogance of Damien Slater became less and less as Jonathan Wimbledon took the fight to the champion. But unfortunately, in the end, Damien Slater retained his title and he's still the EPW champion. It was then time for the main event, the Road to Glory Rumble, where we had a 30-man over-the-top rope rumble where the winner of that matchup will be the #1 contender for Damien Slater's EPW Championship at the biggest show of them all, ReAwakening 14. Let's take a look at how it went down. These two guys battle on the outside ring apron, just hanging on for dear life, and then Damien Slater got involved. Knocked both men off the ring apron, and both their feet hit the ground at the same time. Both referees at ringside, Peter Soares and Matt Smarkson, couldn't decide who was the final man eliminated from the Rumble. And then Damien Slater got on the microphone and said, "Since you can't decide who's won, I don't need to defend my title at ReAwakening 14. He was going to take his title and go home. Then I was told, in my headset, that at ReAwakening 14, Damien Slater will defend the EPW Championship up against Marcus Pitt and Mikey Nichols." Damien Slater was not impressed by this, and then both Team DK members got a little heated. This just goes to show that when the EPW Championship is on the line, there are no friends. And this all leads to the biggest show of the year, Explosive Pro Wrestling's ReAwakening 14, where we know the main event will be Damien Slater defending his Explosive Pro Wrestling Championship against two TMDK members, Marcus Pitt and Mikey Nichols. Until then, follow us on EPWPerth.com, keep an eye on our Facebook page, you can see more EPW action on our Vimeo channel, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, where in the coming weeks, we'll be counting down on the road to ReAwakening. My name's Dean Olsen. Thank you for joining us. November 14th, ReAwakening 14. I want to see you there.